guys like PNB Rock, you can't put that on him. PNB had been out here like 5 to 7 years. He was living out here, right? What happened to PNB Rock could have happened to anybody. It could have happened to somebody that live on that block that's walking in there with $1 million of jewelry. Right now, sure enough, now here's where it falls in, right?
Apparently, according to Luce Cannon, him and Big U were there when it all happened.
But see, y'all got to remember, Luce Cannon is playing the media. He's going to say anything tied to something.
Right, he's been everywhere. When JFK got killed, I think he gave OJ the knife when he killed Nicole and Rod Brown.
And see,
he was a getaway driver for the Menendez brothers.
But see, now all of a sudden, right, because Luce is in a situation, now they want to, it goes from Luce Cannon been capping to no, he's telling the truth about this, right? We know goddamn well if Big U and Luce Cannon would have been in that place,
everyone would have talked about it.
Everybody would have talked about it.
Everyone would have talked about it.
There'd have been
If any celebrity of any sort
would have been in
if I was there, it'd be like, Vlad was there, he set him up. Like, if you were there, everyone would be talking about it. If Adam was there, everyone would be talking about it.
Nobody gets mad at Orlando Brown. Orlando goes up there for 3 hours and says all kind of heinous, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but Orlando, listen, I talked about this when I was on Adam's show.
You saying Orlando telling the truth?
Orlando's insane.
No, are you saying?
That's why I don't interview him anymore.
So are you saying he's telling the truth?
Who, Orlando? No, he's insane.
No,
he's crazy. He's a crazy person.
You don't think he knows what he's doing?
No.
Come on, man.
Have you been around him off camera?
Yeah, a time or two.
I've been around him off camera. He is crazy. Like real life crazy. Real life crazy. It's a crazy person. You know the people you see talking to themselves in front of the liquor store? That's him with nicer clothes. That's it. It's a crazy person. That's why I don't interview him anymore.
Okay,
I know it would get views.
You think 6
my first and only interview I done with him myself.
Yeah.
I said I'm not doing this anymore. This is a crazy person
but how long
I'd
did
be
you
taking advantage of if I kept having him on.
That's what I'm saying. And I see people time and time again.
Jaguar Wright, a crazy person.
Another one.
A crazy person, okay?
But guess what?
Gets a lot of views, I get it, but you're talking with a crazy person who says anything.
Well, who says, look, this thing of yours, because you wanted the goats of this, right? It first started off because it was unique to hear the people that come from a time and era talk about certain things and give the intricate details that people didn't know, right? Mm-hmm. Now it's went to fictional podcasting to who can just say the most heinous stuff to make you laugh or create a conversation.
Right, like a Charles White.
So when Luce Cannon, like these conversations I hear Luce Cannon say on the thing, he's never had those conversations with me. So which led me to believe he's just performing on the camera. Like he's never told me, hey bro, boom, 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 boom. So when he gets on the camera and says things, bro, come on. He said, now I'll send him to academics. Luce Cannon said he's at a Diddy party. Which I believe Luce Cannon's never been to a Diddy party.
Of course he's never been to a Diddy party.
He hears 2 men. Now follow Luce. In this particular situation, he sacrificed his own self. He said, I hear 2 men moaning and groaning. Now, Vlad, let me ask you. If you're a heterosexual man, a street dude like Luce Cannon, 2 men in a room moaning and groaning, it ain't your house. Does he usually walk the other way or kick the door in? Right? You know what Luce said? Because he know what the people want to hear? I kicked the door in.
Okay.
And I see Puffy and Carl Winslow. Let me tell you how diabolical this is. Look, Luce Cannon being who he was, and I didn't build him. He on his own now. He spread his own wings, right?
Okay.
But TMZ called Carl Winslow
Wings
and
of
asked
lies.
him, listen, from that, they called Carl and asked him publicly. Carl Winslow saying, I don't know none of these people. He's pleading.
Wait, wait, hold on.
They called Carl Winslow, bro.
Hold on. Are you saying the Carl Winslow rumor started with Luce Cannon?
Yeah.
Because you do know that when Dave Chappelle hosted Saturday Night Live, he referenced the
That's
Carl
from
Winslow.
Luce Cannon.
You're telling me Dave Chappelle.
I said Luce Cannon.
Dave Chappelle is quoting Luce Cannon on Saturday Night Live.
I swear
That's
to
what
God.
you're telling me.
That's what I'm listen, I sent Luce. I tricked academics. I'm sorry, bro. I say act. Hey, bro, I want to come do the show. I got my man Luce Cannon. They promoting a reality show, Baddie and the Beast. Boom, 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 right? He like, all right, come on. So I say, look, Luce, you and your wife get on the plane. Here go the address, right? Just show up, tell the lady at the counter you going to this suite, whatever, right? Boom. So Luce, so they get there and Ack hits me. Wack, what up? I said, what up, bro? I said, man, shit, I missed my flight. I can't make it. Ack started laughing. You know we bullshit each other, right? He said, all right, Wack. This better be interesting. So he sits down with Luce Cannon, and sure enough, they're talking about the reality show. And somehow, I guess Luce is good about knowing when, okay, this shit is getting kind of boring right now. Let me pick it up. So he said, yeah, just like when I was at the Diddy party and I heard the men moaning and I kicked in the door and it was Puffy in there and he was banging Carl Winslow out. That's where it started. From there, it went to Dave Chappelle show. They TMZ called Carl Winslow coming out of something and asked him. Right? So what I'm saying is, bro, Vlad, if me and you went on a rampage for 3 days saying a bunch of crazy shit, how many people will believe it, bro? We just don't do it. Because in our mind, we didn't build our platform based upon being credible, and we don't want to jeopardize tarnishing our credibility. Luce coming into this podcast thing or this interviewing thing in a different era, it's about shock value. Luce playing on shock value. What could I say to get you talking? And goddamn it made it to the stage with Dave Chappelle. So you can't say what he did in his eyes, because he's chasing something else, it wasn't worth it. Meek Mills, I'm looking at him like, so you telling me Meek Mills got 15 people with him? One of them that I know, Tiffy Bay, is he's a gangster. And he saw you and just took all his jury off and said, here, you can have it.
Right, because Meek Mill getting kidnapped was part of the whole. Well, no, that's what Luce Cannon said. That's not part of the RICO case.
No.
It's just something he said.
That's what I'm saying, but guess what?
The numbers don't even add up. 50,000 seems pretty low for Meek Mill.
Meek Mill is responding to it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I'm seeing it.
So again, Luce Cannon's antics on what he set out to do.
Yeah, they're working.
Is what you do and what I do and what Adam do and what Act does is the total opposite of what Luce does.
Right. The truth. Yeah. Right.
And that's what it is. So now, look, bro, in that damn RICO indictment, there's a whole thing in there. Now this is what I'm curious about. Did the victim give a statement that this robbery happened before Luce Cannon said this on No Jumper? You get what I'm saying? Or did they hear Luce Cannon say this on No Jumper and double back to the victim and ask him, hey, is there any truth to this? You get what I'm saying? Because if the victim gave this statement and this description before Luce said it, that's one thing. Now at that point, Luce Cannon is collaborating a crime. But if this victim said it after Luce said it, then how we know the victim ain't capping? You get what I'm saying?
The whole thing is a mess. And like I said on the No Jumper podcast, I have had Luce Cannon pitch to me multiple times, and I've always said no.
You have.
Every single time.
You have. That's a fact.
He's DM'd me. Other people brought him to me. What was it? Freeway Ricky at one point was like, hey, Luce Cannon wants to talk to you. I said, no, I'm good, respectfully. Like, I got nothing against him, but I'm cool.
It ain't your type of thing.
It's not my type of thing. There's way too much drama, especially after the No Jumper brawl with the pants being pulled off and all that. I said, I don't want this anywhere near me.
Talking about when they stripped me?
Not you, but yeah.
They said it was me.
They said it was you, right. Exactly.